Adding a near 20 point per game scorer to a 41-10 team is crazy. One of my nitpick concerns about the Cavaliers is I was seeing too many lineups with Sam Merrill and George Niang. Honestly, most times they were fine, but down the road in the playoffs, I just wouldn't trust lineups with that dynamic. Adding DeAndre Hunter, he's one of the most desired archetypes in the league. First off, 6'8", can guard multiple positions while giving you a little bit of everything offensively. And also, he's playing the best basketball of his NBA career, averaging 19 points, a career high, while shooting 46% from the field and 39.3% from three. His best three-point shooting season by far, 6.7 threes per game attempted. And look at that shot chart. He's capable of scoring at all three levels. But now let's take a deeper look into his shooting stats. Most of his threes come from above the break. 4.8 attempts per game, 39.8%. And then corner threes, 1.9 per corner threes a game, 38%. As you can tell, he's an elite catch and shoot player from any spot on the perimeter. Then the mid-range region, he doesn't shoot a ton of these shots, but this is the area where he likes to go when he has to create for himself. 37.9% of his mid-range jumpers are unassisted. That's the most of any part of the court for him. It's always nice to have someone who's capable of creating a shot for themselves in a pinch. He likes to hit turnaround jumpers, pull-up jumpers, and it turns out 50.9% in the mid-range area. And lastly, when he gets to the basket, he's finishing 63.7% of the time. Now, here's the most underrated part about the addition. I think it's very valuable for the Cavaliers to add a guy who has experience and, more importantly, confidence in the playoffs. He has been in many big games, and in key moments during the playoffs, during playoff pressure, it doesn't really seem to affect him as a role player. He's been extremely efficient over his playoff career. In 16 games, he's averaging 16.3 points while shooting 48% from the field and 40% from three on 5 attempts per game. He won a national championship in college as the best player. There will be times throughout the playoffs where Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell are getting shut down. Now they add another guy that can potentially step up in those dry stints from their star players to get them through it. I also think this takes major pressure off of Evan Mobley offensively because he was the guy that was going to have to step up in those moments when others were struggling. But now it can be DeAndre Hunter. In my opinion, it just makes them a deeper playoff offense. But once again, he's stellar defensively, so technically it makes them a deeper defensive team in the playoffs as well. And something to think about is I don't think Atlanta trades DeAndre Hunter if Jalen Johnson doesn't go down with injury because they were producing and they were looking like a playoff team. But ever since Jalen Johnson went down, it just kind of ruined that whole squad and they just aren't the same team. But if you look at the numbers, I mean, DeAndre Hunter is a part of their best lineups. DeAndre Hunter, Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Capella. They were producing great numbers. 118.6 offensive rating, 102.2 defensive rating. And then their second best lineup, over 50 minutes played, of course DeAndre Hunter is involved again. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu. 124.5 offensive rating, struggling defensively, 120.8 defensive rating. But as you can tell, DeAndre Hunter was a big part of their early season success.